So film school was kind of a waste of time. How do I know that? Well, because I went to film school. What do I mean by it's a waste of time? I mean, there's definitely going to be people fighting me, and they're like, no, like, you should go to school to like build experiences and build your network. And while yes, I agree, I just feel like there's other skills that are more useful to like a filmmaker. Like, if you are going to go to school, which, you know, for most people it's the right choice out of high school, I would recommend you go and do like a business degree or something, because you're really not going to learn too much in the film degree, and you're probably going to go into debt, and there's just better degrees. There's basically like a list of like maybe 5 to 10 degrees that are actually worth doing, and I feel like you should pursue one of those as a backup plan instead of going and getting an arts or a film degree. Nobody in the film / media world really cares that much about the degree. I mean, nobody's ever really looked at my degree or cared about it, so it's more about what you've shot and what you've done.
Also, whatever you do, do not go to a for-profit college. I'm looking at you, certain film schools that advertise all this fancy stuff and all these actors and directors and stuff. Yeah, don't fall for that. It's a gigantic waste of money. If you're going to get a degree, just try to make it as cheap as possible and don't go into debt.
Now, my film school experience, honestly, a lot of the stuff that I like learned in film school, I kind of already had a grasp on from just self-teaching and shooting videos on my own and just messing around on my own. So when I went to film school, I just felt like the only thing that changed for me was that I had access to fancier equipment that I didn't really have, because I had like a T3i. I had like a T3i, and in like film school I was shooting on like Reds. That was good, but I kind of like owe money to film school, and I just don't feel like it was worth it. Like, a better, hindsight is 2020, right? So like a better path, I would say, is probably go and get a business degree, or go and get any of those degrees that actually mean something, and then if you like still pursue video, like go for it, but start shooting like weddings or just PAing for people, and then you have the degree as a backup plan in case it just doesn't work out, or you just get burnt out of video, like maybe it's not what you want to do. At least you have something where you could go and get like a normal job. That's why my recommendation will be, I know some people will say like, well, if you go to like UCLA or something, you'll have a huge network, but honestly, you'll kind of get that same network by just being a PA on a set, versus like going into debt for a film degree. Instead, just go to community college and get one of the what I would call useful degrees, which I'll try to find a list of what those useful degrees are, like somewhere. I'll plop it on the screen. I was pretty young when I started film school, so like what else would I have been doing with my time, kind of thing. But I don't know, I just feel like I could have majored in something else and then saved myself a lot of heartache later.
So this is totally anecdotal, right? Because this is just my experience, but the true growth, like when I saw true learning, was when I started doing weddings and just trying to take every odd job that I possibly could, and also like just basically just trying to shoot for people that knew what they were doing and like seeing what they were doing. So just doing like BCam, PAing, just trying to shoot with people who knew what they were doing, and doing that and just shooting everything that I possibly could, like all sorts of weird stuff I've shot throughout my career so far. Yeah, just taking every single thing I could. And that's where I saw true growth, and that's where like I feel like I actually got better at shooting.
The cool thing about film school was you did get to shoot shorts and stuff like that with like a group of people, but I feel like you could kind of initiate that without school by just joining film groups and things like that, or doing like meetups. If you just put yourself out there, like you'll be able to do the one perk that I think of film school as the network, but I think that you can get that network by just putting yourself out there and going to meets and just trying to PA for people and making yourself available. And then I feel like you could get that experience for free, basically, and not have to pay for it through film school. For the most part, I would not recommend film school. I think it's like a film degree is kind of useless. It doesn't really mean anything in the corporate world. I mean, you'd probably be better off getting like a marketing degree or something, or business degree or something that will actually like lead to a job, versus like a film degree. Like nobody cares about that. Like nobody's ever cared for me. Even a job like, let's say you want to be a news shooter at a station. I it's more about like your network and your reel and stuff that you've shot and all of that than having a degree. Like you could probably get a degree in business, have a reel, and kind of connect yourself with some people at a network, and then still get like a job if you want to do like a full-time job. But and for freelance, it like absolutely does not matter. Like nobody cares. Literally nobody cares about a degree. But let me know your thoughts. Do you have a degree? Do you think you should get one? Do you agree with my sentiment that you should get one of the useful degrees?